All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome in. Hopefully you're doing well this morning. So today is your end of the week reading. Gonna see what's happening for you. As always, take what resonates, leave what does not. Your spirit guides are welcome here. You are welcome here. There have been a few channeled messages while I was at the gym this morning, so bear with me. They may come through, they may not. I'll see where they all fit into place. Let's see where we're going. Let's see where we're going. Not for you. Milk and honey. Time for a nap. Absolutely. I'm gonna pull the underneath before I start talking to you, but that was a few of the channeled readings. Yeah, were you thirsty, Mr. Kaplin? So, essentially, we're moving into a point of suspension. And, or as I am told time and time again, it is a place of flux. Okay? And things could be going well. Absolutely could be going well. Things could have gone well for a while now. And now we are moving into a place, a room, where we're greeted with a wall, right? So, milk and honey. Things were going fine, right? You know, everything was going good. And then all of a sudden you're hit with this wall, right? And when you're hit with this wall, there's nothing for you to do right now. Which is kind of alarming, especially for, you know, people like me. Underneath, we pulled two. Yep, absolutely. Shadow and trust. Past energy, we've got take a risk. And in future energy, we have connect to heart. Yeah, so as I was saying, we're moving into an energy, for those of you in my collective, where we're going to be hit with a holding energy. I'm right there. You know, there are some things that are happening within our lives right now that we just don't have the answers to. And it's okay to not have the answers. But what the universe is asking of you is to trust it. Trust the universe. In my level of flux, Cosmo, please don't do that. He's the only dog awake right now. Hey, why don't you go play? Yes, I know. I'm doing this out of order today. We're just going to have to grin and bear it, right? Right. But while we're in this place of holding, while I'm in this place of holding, not only am I taking action in places where I can, you know, with the things that I'm going through, we may have to move. We are going to have to move. It's not a we may, it's we are going to have to move. Now, where to exactly, that's up in the air. And it's causing some stress, right? Moving is stressful for anybody. But, you know, I'm trying to be proactive about it. I'm trying to, you know, work so I can obtain the money. That way I have a cushion. But I'm also reminding myself that the universe hasn't really failed me when it comes to, you know, having things work out for me. And that's what I feel like this energy is. Things could very well have been going well. And then something throws a kink in that chain, a cog in the machine. Where it's no longer running as smoothly, and in fact it may be causing you to look at the entirety of this machine to figure out what needs to be changed, right? Because obviously it's not working. So it's very interesting here to see how this is going to unfold. What you got? 3 of Wands, Death, 4 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, and the Strength card along with this 5 of Wands. Excuse me for just one moment. Children. Anyway, so with this energy that I'm getting from the underneath, it's exactly what I'm talking about. I feel as though that there may come a time where you have to kind of reevaluate what is happening with you right now. You know, you may have to turn your back on some things, and it may be the things that, again, you thought were going really well. Milk and honey, 4 of Wands. But right smack dab in the middle of that, it's the Death card. Death and transformation. So not only is this may change, you know, your circumstances, it's going to change you. And it may change, you know, what you value, you. It may give you, it may require you to have some courage, right? Because you don't have all of the answers, even though that can kind of create conflict within yourself and with others. You know, if you're stressed out, you're going to be a little bit more irritated than normal, right? This definitely feels like a holding energy. Here we are. Here's movement forward. Here's movement, period. And that's what you are showing up as. The next one is the 6 of Cups, moving beyond the things that you are comfortable with. And then, of course, the obstacle is the Hanged Man. Grounding is the 7 of Pentacles. Guiding is the 7 of Wands. Look at the 7s. Interesting. I almost feel like, there's another 7. I almost feel like the reason that we're being moved from this current situation, or from where we are currently located, you know, whatever the change may be, is because you've been here long enough. Your work here is done, whatever that work may be. Interesting. Hermit. Yeah. 9 of Wands, Ace of Cups, the 5 of Cups, and the outcome is the Queen of Wands. Okay, I hear you. Some of you are like, you know, I'll do it, but I'm not going to be happy about it. That's okay. I'm in the same boat. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to be happy about it, but I'm going to do it. Because, you know, as I told Jared the other day, it's like, I'm going to put my big boy pants on. And I'm going to take care of what needs to be taken care of. And that's what I feel like that says with this Queen of Wands. I'm going to do it. I may bitch, moan, groan, and complain the entire time, but I'm going to do it. Hello, Tap Tap. Dude, you're stuck. You gotta let go. Thank you. So, back to the 7s, because I feel like that's where it's most important. You know, with the 7 of Pentacles, you know, you have cultivated things here. You have. Hey, you. I'm in work clothes. I love you. I already gave you your treats today. You've already cultivated the seeds. You've already planted the seeds. The seeds have come to fruition, right? And in this particular place where you've planted these seeds, you either need to go somewhere to plant new seeds, but the ground that you were working on, I feel like you have done quite a bit with, right? And it's hard to step away from things like that. It is. It is absolutely hard to step away from the things that you've worked so hard for that have made you happy. You know, there are so many memories here that, you know, it sucks. It sucks that I'm going to have to pack up everything. But it's okay. Because the universe, I fall back on that, the universe has always worked out for me because I haven't given up. The universe falls in love with the stubborn heart. If you show resilience and courage and strength and compassion, you know, not finding that higher vibration, because I know that's what we've been talking about, but showing that we can be resilient through this, much like this reading today, where it's much stop and go. Your situations could be touch and go, but, you know, I'm determined to see this through. And whatever the situation is for you, whatever you are moving away from, you need to be determined to see it through too. So, tell me about the 7 of Wands. Tell me about judgment, new choices. Judgment. What else you got here? Page of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, and the Ten of Pentacles, along with the Page of Swords underneath. You're not going to have all the answers through this transition. Part of this is faith, and a part of this is you making decisions as they come. But I feel like there is some resistance to this. There is some resistance to this change. And that's why we have the Nine of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Five of Cups here. The universe is about ebb and flow. We are about change and evolution. And I want you to try to go with the flow instead of against it. And I'm not saying that every choice is going to be, you know, hunky-dory, right? Because we have the Five of Cups here. Not every choice is going to be hunky-dory. But what I'm saying is that if you continue to see things through, it all has to come together eventually. Do you see what I mean? Resilience. Determination. The universe falls in love with people like us. So don't be discouraged if you don't have all the answers. And don't be discouraged if the choices that you have to make aren't really the best ones. Try and make the best of these choices. The Ace of Cups is the only ace here. You know, even though the situations that we're going through are kind of chaotic, right? They're chaotic, they're crazy. They can throw your entire world on a kilter. The more compassion and love you bring in for these situations and for yourself, you know, for the memories of being in this place, the place that made you feel good. Seven of Cups, milk and honey. I feel like it's going to take away a lot of that stress. Nine of Swords. It was when I was shuffling. I was like, where'd the Nine of Swords go? It's back in the deck. I know that this is very crazy energy. Where are we going with this energy? Hierophant. Four of Cups. Messages coming in. There's the Chariot. And there's the Queen of Pentacles. We've gone from the Queen of Wands to the Queen of Pentacles. I feel as though that if you kind of keep... usually I don't tell you to keep your head down. Usually I'm the first person to tell you, hey, stand up, you know, for what you believe in. But this is one of those instances where I feel like the only way out is through. And the more that you listen to the messages coming in... Oh, hello, Dexter. Hi, big guy. The more that you listen to the messages coming through for you, on whatever situation you're going through, the more that you listen... Hi, handsome. Yes, I love you. The more that you pay attention to those messages coming in. Four of Cups. I feel like the better off successfully you're going to be. Which then we go from drama to fulfillment to abundance. And that in itself is hard to do. It really is, especially dealing with situations like this. So what is not for us? What is this situation? I'm going to try and pin it down. No promises, but I'm going to try. Queen of Cups. Temperance. Haha. Yep. King of Swords. and the Page of Swords. Now we're back to the Page of Swords with the Nine of Swords underneath. There it is. We're back at the beginning. And what that tells me as a tarot reader for my own cards is that some of you are just dealing with a variety of situations right now that are driving you crazy, that are making you lose sleep at night. Some of you are very sharp and to the point right now because you're irritated. Some of you, are trying to have that balance, but are still dealing with uncertainty. Whatever it is that is going to cause this uncertainty or is causing you this uncertainty, heed my words. Of everything that I've said in this video for the past 16 minutes. It is not going to be an easy thing because there's no direction. There's no direction right now but an understanding of your intuition, of listening to your intuition, because this is the only card that I haven't touched on yet, is the Hermit. It's shining the light within the darkness and finally being able to see. But that lantern is not going to light itself. I'm going to say that one more time. You're in the dark right now, and you need a light. But lanterns don't just light themselves. Well, okay, electrical lanterns do. But I'm not talking about electrical lanterns. I'm talking about a fire-lit lantern. Cantern? A fire-lit lantern. You have to light the lantern in order to be able to see. I mean, hell, even with flashlights, you gotta click the button. Some electrical lanterns, you have to pull down, at least the ones that I'm familiar with, you have to pull down or flip a switch in order for the light to come on. You have to do that in order to be able to see. So what I'm going to tell you is prepare yourself. Try and do as much countermeasures and damage control as you can. And trust that the universe is going to see this, to see the vibration, your unwillingness to give up, your tenacity, keep moving forward. And let the universe help you. Let the universe guide you. Zodiac signs that I see for you this morning. We have Taurus, Cancer, Leo, Scorpio. We have Aquarius, Scorpio, fixed signs Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Gemini, Leo, and Virgo. Mostly fixed signs. We're fixed for a reason. We're kind of rigid. We're moving into that eclipse energy, or we are in eclipse energy. And then we've got, the blood moon coming up, and it's gonna get crazy. I believe we've also moved into retrograde, Gemini retrograde, which is an emotional mess all in itself. So be gentle with yourself, okay? It's okay to not have all the answers right now, because I have a feeling that they will come. But until then, this is what I have for you. I really, really hope this helped to give you some sort of caution or to give you some sort of direction. And as always, your company is well appreciated, along with your spirit guides. If this resonated for you, or if you know somebody who's going through this, leave a like, send this to them. Make a comment. I love hearing from you guys. It lets me know that at least someone out there has gotten this message. Okay? Be easy with yourself. Be easy with others. Know that you are loved and cared for, regardless of how messy things are right now. And I will see you all again later. Bye for now.